There are growing concerns about what some are calling a quiet purge inside the Justice Department. CBS News has learned that top ethics officials have been fired, and that includes the director of the Department of Justice's Ethics Office. CBS correspondent Scott McFarland's been digging into what happened behind the scenes and what's still happening, and he's live now to discuss this. Scott, what more can you tell us about this firing of the director of the Ethics Office?
There is an absolute purge going on inside the Department of Justice. It's getting broader, it's getting wider, and it's accelerating. We've reported dozens of prosecutors and investigators have been fired over recent weeks, a lot of them tied to January 6 cases and investigations of President Trump before 2024. Now it's expanding, Marie, into ethics officials, including those you'd go to as a federal law enforcement agent if you had a problem on the job. Somebody asked you to do something that broke the rules, broke the law, was against policy. The watchdogs are being purged. The department isn't specifying why, but there's some internal concerns that the Department of Justice has fewer police internally on the beat.
Yeah, no kidding. That would be a huge issue for federal employees. I want to ask about Attorney General Pam Bondi. During her confirmation hearings, there was a lot of attention being put on the fact that she would consult ethics officials when it came to controversial matters. Are former DOJ staff saying that she's broken that promise by what looks like sort of a clearinghouse that's happening here?
And Marie, the critics are going to say that. Critics of the administration say expressly that if you pledge to be consulting with ethics officers, you can't be firing all the ethics officers. But Pam Bondi has a more universal issue right now, a more transcendent problem where people are calling for her job for other reasons. She had a news conference today. We were there and we asked her if she thinks she can hang on to this job, and she says she'll stay as long as the president will keep her. But she's at the epicenter of that Jeffrey Epstein controversy. She's being pressed to release more information about the late child predator Jeffrey Epstein. She has said there's no conspiracy there, nothing to release, but it's the president's supporters pressuring her to do so. She is right now in the grips of a political crisis herself.
Does it feel, Scott, like that controversy really is not going anywhere, even though the Trump administration is putting out there that they'd like people to move on from what became such a hot topic for so many of President Trump's supporters?
The president has expressly asked people to turn their attention to other things, please, but instead of putting water on this fire, they seem to be throwing gasoline on it. And just listen to a few of the names of people who've asked for more transparency about Jeffrey Epstein in the last couple of days. Lara Trump, House Speaker Mike Johnson, Republican senators closely aligned with President Trump. It's his own supporters who are flaming this.
Scott, if I may, I'm putting you a little bit on the spot here, but I wanted to ask you about the ruling that we saw today, or that we saw from the Supreme Court, basically giving the go-ahead to what seems to be another sort of clearinghouse that we can expect at the Department of Education. What are you hearing related to that?
They could be broadening the ability of the Trump administration to fire more federal workers, to reduce the force. It's going to have a huge local impact. All the federal workers at all the federal offices in and around Chicago, there is now a broader power of the administration to fire more people. You expect they're going to try to do so. Has a local economic impact, but also an impact on anybody in our area trying to get a government service, an IRS check, a veterans benefit. These expanded firing powers mean just that. Going to fire more people.
Scott McFarland, always so much to talk through with you, and we appreciate your insight. Thank you so much.